We're ready.
Okay. I think we left off, we still had some outstanding regarding the SLPs, the OTs, PTs.
Yeah. So you're asking us for a response to that? So I didn't write it up. I kind of wanted to talk about it some more.
Okay.
So one thought I had was splitting it evenly between the three pots of money. So let's say $1,500 in the contract. You guys are currently at $1,000. $1,500 from the compensation retention piece of the millage that we were talking about last time, and then at least $1,500 in the millage supplements. You know, and Ryan, I know you had some concerns about that retention piece and some of the different ideas you had for it. If you look at our vacancies right now, most of our vacancies are in the ESE world, right? And it's tons of kids not getting services. All, you know, the folks that I mentioned who would be eligible for the supplement are all within the ESE world. There are quasi-medical folks, I call them, where you're having a hard time retaining them with all the opportunities available, more money, you know, virtual work, more flexibility in their hours, and so on. So I think it would be appropriate to use some of that retention millage bucket for this as well. So I'm kind of looking for, you know, an even split, and then, you know, we would, like I've talked to Vanessa some more about that, we would at least meet the 1,500, but possibly do more on the millage supplement side.
Okay.
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 So is that a yes?
No.
Okay.
We'll come back with that.
All right.
And then, last time we met, we did the 2.25%. I don't have a
Yes.
record if it was rejected or.
Well, I think where we stalled out too was we wanted to hear about the health insurance, and if the amount the district was going to put in was going to be recurring, what was the exact amount, and so on.
Okay. Pass this. So, what's coming around is a spreadsheet that we have that shows the 7.7 million that will be put into the health insurance fund. And I'll explain it to you. So the first set of columns where you see the medical plan, and it has the gold and the silver. That is showing just the 7.7 million one-time infusion. None of the rates change, meaning that the total premium won't change, the board contribution doesn't change, the employer premium doesn't change. That's the one-time, like we've done in the past, the 7.7 infusion. The second column, I'm sorry, shows that it's, again, the 7.7 million infusion that the health insurance trust fund needs, but you'll notice that the employer contribution, so if it was just a one-time infusion, the employer contribution for the gold plan as a single employee is $630. But if we do it where it's, it increases the employer contribution for the 7.7 million, the employer contribution would rise to 707.93. It's just taking the 7.7 million and breaking it out into the employer or board contribution. Now, with the second column, by doing it that way and increasing the board's contribution per category, it doesn't affect current or individual employees right now. Their premiums would not raise. However, it does greatly, or it would affect anybody that is a retiree. that is paying for their health insurance fund. It affects employees that need to seek COBRA. It also affects those employees that are out on leave right now, maybe FMLA, and their period of time has ended where the board contributes and they are responsible for their total premiums. So going that route and showing where the 7.7 million is placed into the employer contribution affects retirees and employees, or current employees that are on leave.
So we agreed to put it where they wanted it.
Yeah. So we agreed to put it in the 7.7 million to the employer contribution, but just know that it will affect those class of employees.
I'm just verifying that
Sure.
there's been no change to the employee contribution. Let's see, it's stayed the same. All right, well, thank you for bringing it to us that way. One thing I'd say, understand the points, and the team will discuss them about those on leave, retirees, and COBRA. But, you know, we sat in SIAC this week, and we actually talked about, you know what, people need to start paying what this plan costs. You know, so it's unfortunate and not easy, but ultimately it's a reality. So we will discuss it, and thank you for putting it in this format. Did anybody have any questions about what they're looking at?
Just so we won't have a problem putting it in here then. Taking what's from here to there. Okay. Because the end goal would be to put it right here.
Correct.
Okay.
All right, so do you have a proposal on money, or,
No, we left off with you on the
Okay.
2.25.
all right? So can we caucus?
Sure.
You guys will talk about the supplements for SLP, OTPT, behavioral analyst, talk about the insurance, and we'll give you a counter.
Okay.
I think we only need 10 or 15 minutes.
Okay.
Just shoot the test.
Okay. Melissa's out doing anything.
No, I was gonna, but look, it's purple day.
It's purple. That was my
all-
other
It's
thought.